Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope and Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. I actually got my after the fight video for the Juan Manuel Lopez fight. I got that taken down by a certain company, TR. I'll do it like Garja Girl does it, TR. Somebody working for BA helped him out with that, and I don't blame him. It was wrong. It was an infringement. I'll just admit that. I did think I was going to capture something on film that would have been worth for the boxing fans to see, something worth it. It looked like Lopez was going to get knocked out. So I turned the camera on mid-round in the 12th round. Anyway, this is a little after the fight. Let's talk about Volak. He got a knockout, went to the body well, lands some good right hands, good combos. He's a busy fighter. He had him on the ropes. Good fight, that first fight. Volak, I believe that's his name. Yeah, Volak, 6-round KO, I believe. Solis beat Monty Barrett. Solis, 6'1", 271. You know, and he was supposed to have a fight with Johnson, and this was going to be in April 15th, or August 15th, sorry. And, you know, they put the show back. They actually canceled that show and put it for October 10th. So he could have more time to train and be in tip-top shape no matter what. And he still came in at 271. I mean, anytime you're not a champ yet and you're already overweight, you know, the guy's got skills. He's got great pedigree. I got a lot of stuff, a lot of crap, a lot of hate, you know, and a lot of people, you know, coming at me, challenging me. And that's cool. Over picking against Solis versus Johnson. But he did look good. You know, he KO'd Barrett in the second round. Him and Areola, you know, the weight issues, that's just not good. You're not champions yet. Why are you spoiling yourself on food? I mean, it's not cool when you do it when you're a heavyweight champion, but at least I can see, you know, the fame and the rich and all that came from. And I know he just came from Cuba not too long ago and that type of thing, but you just can't eat yourself out of a career. You know, and that's a danger. Anyway, Gamboa against Weber Garcia, 4th round KO, knocked him down with a right hand, I believe, and then just finished him off. I took that video off too because I figured that they were just gonna. I had Gamboa finishing the guy on tape, so I figured I'll just take it down because they're gonna take it down, and I don't want another infraction on my account. But he looked good. It was a real safe approach. Much like the April fight, I believe it was the April fight on Showtime, Rojas versus Rojas when he got that interim title. He looked more controlled, Gambo, and I liked what I saw. But when he got his man hurt, you know, there was blood in the water, and he acted like a shark, like he does. So, good performance by Gamboa, that's for sure. Juan Manuel Lopez against Mtagwa. Roger Mtagwa, man. I'll tell you what, you gotta. This is a great. I think the boxing historian said this too in his video. You can't go off records, man, because this Roger guy, man, he's a tough son of a gun. He can take a punch and throw a punch. He got really overworked younger, you know, when he in his early in his career, got in there with some guys that he probably shouldn't have been in there with. That's what the story sounds like anyway. I did actually hear today on Boxing Scene that they may match Roger with Gamboa for that January 23rd fight on HBO. That would be interesting too. That's exactly what Gamboa needs, a good test like that. But anyway, Lopez came out first, second round, boxing, looking good, winning rounds. Sometime in the third, I don't know if it's 2 minutes left, 1 minute left, whatever, it became a full-on brawl, man. Crazy brawl. But then Juan Man came out in the 4th and 5th and boxed very smart, something he should have obviously kept doing later in the fight. I also noticed sometimes Juan Man Lopez, he'd back up too much, you know what I mean? It's cool to move and to be on the move against this guy and use his aggression against you, but he moved a little too much, so he was out of range, so he couldn't score at times. I think the 4th and I believe the 5th round, that's what he needed to do. Anytime Roger would land a good punch, he would counter. He'd also time him coming in. He'd make him miss and hit him. You know, so I thought that those rounds were perfect for him. So he had an early lead. I believe it was the 5th or 6th round. There was a knockdown in the 5th round, I believe. Yeah, in the 5th round he knocked him down. It was an overhand right that kind of was a push punch. You know what I mean? But it counts. 6th round he won. I had him winning, and then all of a sudden the 7th, 9th, 10th. I mean, after basically the 7th round on, looks like just crazy back and forth fight, and Roger started winning rounds and winning rounds. But Lopez had put so much in the bank. I've seen some people out there that think that he lost the fight. That's not true. He put so much in the bank, and it's not like he lost round 7 to round 12. He didn't lose all those rounds. He definitely lost 11 to 12, and it just as that fight goes, for those who didn't see it, they were punching each other, and both of them falling back and holding onto the rope and falling into the rope. I know there were some complaints about the knockdowns against Roger. He did go into the rope a couple times off a punch and holding himself up from it, so that could have been counted a knockdown. But at the end of the 11th, and in the 11th, Lopez got hurt really bad. And near the end of that fight, that round, they both punched each other, and Lopez grabbed onto the rope, and Roger fell into the rope. I mean, it was just great. Then the 12th round was all Roger. Could have been a 10-8 round. I think it was like 40 lands to 9 lands. But you got to give heart to Lopez, and a lot of people are jumping off the bandwagon on the video I first did. There was a lot of comments saying, he's going to KO him early. You know what I mean? Now, let's just put it this way. Both of them have their flaws, and both of them can fix their flaws, I believe. And this can go either way. Me and 97 Rough talked after the fight, and we both agreed that this can go either way. It can go either Lopez does, lack some confidence off this, and it hurt him, and he's never able to get over this, and there may be a minor blueprint that people are going to use now. But in the same breath, it's not a blueprint to beat him, because he didn't lose. And he also showed in the fight that he could outbox this guy if he just stayed smart. And this might be exactly what he needs to get hurt, to survive, to have all this stuff happen to you, and have success in the same fight, and outbox him, and at times minorly outbrawl him, but not much, and to know that this guy came at you the whole time. And could take a great punch. And he didn't go anywhere. Now, he got buzzed, too. I think people are forgetting that. He got buzzed plenty of times in that fight, too. Both of them were hurt at times. Obviously, Lopez was really hurt, though. There definitely is a difference in how hurt the 11th and 12th round he was hurt. But he got buzzed and stumbled and all that, Roger did. So it was a great fight. And like I said, a lot of people jumping off the Lopez bandwagon. And going into this fight, I wanted to see more from Gamboa. As far as his defensive style and being more patient, and he showed that. And also, I thought going into this fight, I have Lopez right now over Gamboa, but that's just right now. Now I see this fight, and it shows me, okay, let me see his next fight to see if he made the proper adjustments and see how it affects him, this type of fight. It'll definitely go either way. But yeah, man, you can't just jump off the bandwagon either to sit there and say Gamboa's going to knock someone out early. Remember, I love Gamboa. I've been to one of his fights, man. But in the same breath, he's been knocked down by 4 guys. 4 different times by guys that can't really punch. And, he fought on HBO, not this May, but last May. And the guy went 10 rounds, I believe. Hard rounds, and Gamboa hit him with everything, and dude didn't go down. And that happened on ESPN too. He went 10 full rounds with this guy, and the guy didn't go anywhere. He knocked him down, but he didn't go anywhere. So it's so easy to get caught up in power, and not to say Gamboa cannot knock people out, or Lopez out. He surely can. But let's just keep watching these guys, and when a matchup comes, let's do our predictions. But to just jump off bandwagons and just keep going back and forth, because for a while there, nobody was on. Everyone thought, Gamboa was sloppy. But then now, it's just kind of opposite. Anyway, this has been the After the Fight Rope-A-Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.